am Dr. Angeline Prasanna, Associate Professor and Head Department of Computer Science, AJK College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Now we are going to discuss the subject called data mining. In this session, we are going to discuss the introduction about the data mining algorithms, data mining models, merits and demerits. First, we are going to see the introduction about the data mining. Data mining is often defined as finding hidden information in a database or exploratory data analysis, data-driven discovery, detective learning. Data mining access of a database differs from a traditional access in query, data and output. In query, the query might not be well-formed or precisely stated. The data miner might not even be exactly sure of what he wants to see. The data accessed is usually a different version from that all of the original operational database. The data have been cleansed and modified to better support the mining process. The output of the data mining query probably is not a subset of database. Instead, it is the output of some analysis of the content of the database. Next, we are going to see the data mining algorithms. The data mining algorithm involves many different algorithms to accomplish different tasks. All the algorithm attempts to fit a model to the data. The algorithms examine the data and determine a model that is closest to the characteristics of the data being examined. Such algorithm can be characterized into three parts: model, preference and search. The purpose of the algorithm is to fit a model to the data. Some criteria must be used to fit one model over another. The preference will be given to the criteria that fits data the best. All algorithms require some technique to search the data. The criteria need to fit the data to the classes must be properly defined. Next, we are going to discuss about data mining models and tasks. The data mining is classified into two types. One is predictive model and another one is descriptive model. The predictive model is further classified into four types. One is classification, second one is regression, third one is time series analysis, and the last one is prediction. In the descriptive model, it is further classified into four types: clustering, summarization, association rule, and sequence discovery. First, we are going to see about the predictive model. A predictive model makes a predict about values of data using known results found from other historical data. And we are going to discuss all the four types of predictive models. In that, first one is classification. Classification maps data into predefined groups or classes. It is often referred as supervised learning because classes are determined before examining the data. Example is airport security screening. The second model is regression. Regression is used to map a data item to a real valued prediction variable. Regression assumes that the target data fit into some known type of functions like linear, logistics, etc. and determines the best function of this type that models to the given data. In actuality, regression involves learning of the function that does this mapping. For example, savings for retirement. The third one is time series analysis. The time series analysis examines the value of an attribute as it varies over time. There are three basic functions performed in time series analysis. First one is similarity between different time series is determined using distance measures. Second one is the structure of the lines is examined to determine its behavior, and the last one is the future values are predicted using historical time series plot. For example, stock exchange. The last one in predictive model is prediction. Prediction predicts future data states based on past and current data. Prediction can be also viewed as type of classification. Prediction application includes flooding, speech recognition, machine learning, and pattern recognition. Next one, we are going to see about the second model in data mining called a descriptive model. A descriptive model identifies pattern or relationships in data. It serves as a way of explore the properties of the data examined, not to predict new properties. In that, we are having four types. In that, first one is clustering. Clustering is similar to classification classification except for that the groups are not predefined but rather defined by the data alone. It is referred as unsupervised learning. The clustering is usually accomplished by determining the similarity among the data on predefined attributes. The most similar data are grouped into clusters. For example, age, height, weight, etc. A special type of clustering is called segmentation. With segmentation, a database is partitioned into disjoint grouping of similar tuples called segments. The next type is summarization. The summarization extracts or derives representative information about the database. It maps data into subsets with associated simple descriptions. It is also called characterization or generalization. And the next one is association rule. Association rule is also called as link analysis, affinity analysis or association rule. It is referred to as uncovering relationships among data. An association rule is a model that identifies specific type of data associations. These are not casual relationships and there is no guarantee that an association will apply in future. For example, product sold with another product. And the last one is sequence discovery. It is also called as sequence analysis. It is used to determine sequential patterns in data. These patterns are based on the time sequence of actions. These patterns are similar to association in that data are found to be related but the relationship is based on time. Temporal association rule falls into this category. Next we are going to see about the knowledge discovery steps. Here we are having 5 steps in knowledge discovery database which is known as KDD process. In that, the first step is selection. So in selection, we can obtain the data from various database files and non-electronic resources. The second step in KDD process is pre-processing. The erroneous data may be corrected or removed whereas missing data must be supplied or predicted. The third one is transformation. In this, the data from different sources must be converted into common format for processing. Next step is data mining. It applies algorithm to the transformed data to generate the desired result. And the last step in KDD process is interpretation or evaluation. In this, how the data mining results are presented to the users is extremely important. So various visualization and GUI strategies are used at this step. Now we are going to see the visualization techniques. The visualization refers to the visual presentation of data. The use of visualization technique allows user to summarize, extract and grasp more complex results than more mathematical or text type description of the result. Visualization techniques include such as graphical, geometric, icon based, picture based, hierarchical and hybrid. Graphical is nothing but bar chart, pie chart, etc. The geometric representation are blocks, box plot and scatter diagram techniques. The icon based are called as figures, color of other icons can be used. In pixel based, the data value is shown as uniquely colored pixel. In hierarchical, it is divided into display areas into a region based on data values. Hybrid is a preceding approach can be combined into one display. So these are all the visualization techniques which is present in the KDD process. Next one, we are going to see the data mining issues. The data mining there are more data mining issues. First one is human interaction. Technical experts are used to formulate the queries and assist interpreting the result. Users are needed to identify training data and desired result. Second one is outfitting. It occurs when the model does not fit future states. This may be caused by assumptions that are made about the data or may simply be caused by the small size of training database. Next one is outlier. Data entries that do not fit nicely into the derived model. This becomes even more of an issue with very large database. The next one is interpretation of result. Output may require expert to correctly interpret the result. Next one is large database. The massive dataset associated with data mining create problem when applying algorithms designing for small datasets. Sampling and parallelization are effective tools to attack the scalability problem. Next one is high dimensionality. One solution to this problem is to reduce the number of attributes, which is known as dimensionality reduction. Next one is multimedia data. Most previous data mining algorithms are targeted to traditional data types like the numeric, character, text, etc. The use of multimedia data such as GIS database complicates many proposed algorithms. The next one is missing data. During the pre-processing phase of KDD, missing data may be replaced with estimates. This can lead invalid results in data mining steps. Next one is irrelevant data. Some attributes in the database might not be of interest to the data mining task developed. Next one is noisy data. Some attributes, the value might be invalid or incorrect. These values are often corrected before running data mining applications. Next one is changing data. Database cannot be assumed to be static. However, most data mining algorithms do assume a static database. This requires the algorithm to be completely written anytime the database changes. Next one is integration. Integration of data mining function into traditional DBMS system is certainly a desirable goal. Next one is application. Determining the intended use for the information obtained from the data mining function is a challenge. Business practice may have to be modified to determine how the effective use of information uncovered. So these are all the disadvantages or issues which is present in the data mining. Next one is data mining metrics. From an overall business perspective, a measure such as return on investment could be used. Return on investment examines the difference between what the data mining technique cost and what the savings or benefits from its use are. It could be measured as increased to sale, increased advertising expenditure or both. The metric used include the traditional metrics of space and time based on complexity and analysis. In some cases, such as accuracy in classification, more specific metric targeted to the data mining task may be used. So these are all the metrics which is there in the data mining. In this session, we have covered the introduction about the data mining algorithms, data mining models and tasks, the merits and demerits of the data mining. Hope this video will be useful for you. Thank you.